Hey YouTube, hey Bold and the Beautiful fans. So today we saw what we were afraid was going to happen, that something might happen to Hollis, and that certainly was the case. So let's get into all of the details in today's exciting episode in this summer mystery whodunit. Okay, so we saw that scene today, or tonight, right? It was nighttime at Il Giardino, and Hollis was there going through Tom's bag. And this was after Sheila told Hollis to throw the bag away, that it's not right to go through Tom's things. So Sheila seems to really have a strong reaction to this bag and wants it away. Does that mean anything? Or is that just one of those things? But anyway, somebody arrives, a mysterious person arrives at Il Giardino, and Hollis sees the person, and the power's out, and Hollis is using his light on his phone, and he's rummaging through Tom's bag. And we know that Hollis the other day found those letters, and Hollis believes that something's going on here. He's investigating this. He's being a sleuth. You know, he's trying to figure out what's going on because he's wondering why Tom overdosed. None of it makes any sense. So he's going through Tom's bag. It's nighttime, the power's out, and somebody shows up. Somebody arrives, and Hollis is surprised to see them. Who could this be? It can't be Sheila, right? Because he was just talking to her, and she works there, so Hollis wouldn't be surprised to see Sheila. He wouldn't be surprised to see Deacon. So somebody shows up, and Hollis is like, what are you doing here? Okay, so Hollis is surprised. And that should tell us, that's a big clue, a big hint about who this could be. It's someone that Hollis didn't expect to be there, or maybe not be there under those circumstances, okay? So we have to keep that in mind. And then Hollis says, you know, I'm glad you're here because I need someone to talk to about this, right? About the bag. And then Hollis has this worried look on his face, okay? So earlier we saw Poppy tell Bill and Luna that she had some errands to run, right? So where did Poppy go, right? Also, we saw Jack and Lee, right? Talk to Finn today at the hospital. And boy, Jack said some interesting things, didn't he? Of course, Jack and Lee were keeping some information from Finn about Tom's concert night, and now we know what that was. And that was that Lee and Jack didn't tell Finn that they were there that night. Finn, of course, knows what happened to Tom, that he overdosed, but Finn didn't know that both of his parents, you know, Lee and Jack, were there that night. So Finn was a little surprised to find that out. And Jack and Lee didn't feel like it was important to tell him, so that's what that was, okay? But then Jack, after Lee leaves, Jack tells Finn some interesting things about Poppy, that he wants the best for Poppy. And there's nothing that Jack wouldn't do for Poppy. What does that mean, right? What lengths would Jack go to, right? And he's happy that Bill is Luna's father and that Luna and Poppy are living a luxurious lifestyle now. So that's interesting. Does that suggest that Jack has motive? You know, something to think about. And then when that mysterious person showed up at Il Giardino, and Hollis is like, what are you doing here? And then he says, I'm glad you're here because I need somebody to talk to about this. You know, Jack is a lawyer, right? So maybe, you know, was it Jack that showed up? You know, maybe Hollis felt he could talk to him. Just throwing that out there. I'm not saying it's Jack, but that's interesting. We haven't seen Justin again. Okay, Justin was there that night. So what's going on with Justin? And of course, Sheila earlier was looking at the article about Tom, and she's saying, poor Tom. And of course, Sheila's the one that found Hollis. So either Sheila's putting on a really good acting, you know, performance here, or she's not the culprit, okay? And then she screams. We knew Sheila's gonna scream. We know what that was. She sees Hollis. He's lying down behind the counter. And it was nighttime. It turns into the next day. Sheila finds Hollis. She screams. Deacon runs over, and they're kind of calling 911. But they realize very quickly that Hollis has passed on. Okay, and then the previews for next week. Okay, we see Finn saying that Hollis died from the same thing that killed Tom. Okay, so that's interesting. And then earlier in today's episode, we saw Hollis taking some drinks out of that bottle, right, that he was drinking out of, right? That I was thinking, OMG, you know, is the same substance in that bottle. But then when that person showed up and Hollis was surprised to see them, did that person then, because it didn't look like anything physical had happened to Hollis, but we don't know for sure. Maybe the person, the mysterious stranger that showed up, slipped some more of the substance into Hollis's drink. And then Hollis took drink later off screen, and then that's what happened, okay? So it's something to keep in mind. Also, we see Steffi on the phone with Baker, right? So we know there's gonna be a police investigation coming, and that'll be exciting. And of course, Steffi is skeptical that somebody dies at Il Giardino, the same place that Sheila works, okay? So Steffi has her suspicions. Steffi's gonna think it was Sheila. In the preview for next week, we see Lee saying, I know who did it. So Lee is gonna be thinking, of course, that it's Sheila, okay? More than likely, okay? But we still have plenty of suspects. Jack said some interesting things today. Poppy had to leave and go run errands. Sheila is there. Sheila's always going to be suspicious regardless of what happens. And, Lee, I don't know. I don't know if I'm thinking it was Lee at this point. Justin, we haven't seen him. But it's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens next. Also, we saw Sheila tell Deacon that she loves their life together. She's not going to let anyone take that away from them. So more dialogue that could be, making Sheila look suspicious. Also, Deacon asked what took Sheila so long the other night, and Sheila said that she was, organizing some things too. So also kind of planning the idea that maybe Sheila was up to something. So there's plenty of suspects. There's plenty of reason to suspect everyone. It's going to be fun to see how this summer mystery whodunit unfolds. And I'll have plenty more coming on this great story, so keep it right here. Don't miss a moment on this exciting story. And hey, if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.